How you doing? I hope you're doing fine. I had to go get a drink. I'm listening to Brian McKnight because I'm in that kind of mood. I'm feeling some kind of way tonight. So my son is gone. My husband ain't home yet. I just took some food over to some friend's house, and now I'm just sitting here chilling, waiting to talk to y'all about these tired wigs. So what you doing tonight, Blackberry Rose? Okay. What are you doing tonight? You going out? You doing something? You're not doing nothing? Hey, Marjorie. I'm sitting here jamming the Brian McKnight and drinking my Elijah Craig. Do you guys drink Elijah Craig? I love Elijah Craig. I'm not talking about nothing except these tired wigs. I'm gonna wait till some of the rest of y'all come in here so we can have a conversation about these tired wigs that are coming out. Because I'm getting tired of these tired wigs. This is an old Brian McKnight album. You said you're tired of checking on YouTube. Tired of checking out YouTube. Yeah, this is it's Coca-Cola, but I put Elijah Craig in it. And Elijah Craig, I believe, it's some kind of whiskey. It might be a bourbon. I like dark liquor. I don't like light liquor. I mean, even if I have rum, it's got to be dark. I don't like light liquor. I don't like white liquors like gin. I don't like vodka. I don't like the white ones. Are you tired? You're working all day. Okay, yeah. I worked all day today too, but I still work at home. They're actually going to be sending us back in April. So I'm mentally trying to get ready for that. But actually, I'm happy because I am so sick of sitting in this house day in and day out and day in and day out. The only people I talk to is y'all. Because, I mean, I don't get out to see anybody. And my husband's at work all day. My son, he's in school. And he actually just went somewhere with his girlfriend. So I'm sitting up here listening to Brian McKnight and drinking this liquor and wanting to talk to y'all about these wigs. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started and let y'all know how I feel about what's going on. As you guys know, it seems to me, and I guess it's not just me, but a lot of people are feeling these outre wigs so much that they're really not paying attention to a lot of the other brands. And I'm actually thinking that outre's success is really affecting these other brands, because I think that they're like feeling like maybe they can't keep up or maybe they can't compete or something. I don't know what it is, but they're like, they don't even seem like they're trying to me. They don't even seem like they're trying. I really want to put my finger on one that's really doing something fabulous, but I'm not seeing that. I mean, Bobbi Boss just put out another wig today. What was her name? Lavina or something like that. Bobbi Boss just put out a new wig today. It's on Elevate Styles. And I contacted them today and I'm like, I mean, I didn't say what y'all doing, but I said, okay, so y'all put this Lavana, I think it's called Lavana. I don't know what her name is, but anyway, I said, y'all just put this wig out. I said, you didn't tell nobody. Because I mean, I have a working relationship with them. And I didn't know that wig was out until I saw it on Elevate Styles. And so I'm like, okay, so what are y'all doing? Are y'all sneaking and putting stuff up or what? And I'm thinking, and if you want to promote something, how come you're not putting it out there for us to promote? So I'm kind of waiting to hear back from them because that kind of threw me. But I also noticed that Elevate Styles, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Elevate Styles seems to get a new wig, before anybody else gets it. It used to be that I could go to some obscure places like Hair Stop and Shop and see a new wig or something like that. But even wig types don't seem to be getting the wigs as fast as Elevate Styles. And you know what else is funny? You know what else is funny? That if I go on Elevate Styles and I see a new Outre wig, I can go to outre.com and it's not there. Outre don't even put the wig up as fast as Elevate Styles is putting it up, which is weird to me because I'm thinking this is their own branded website. And I'm a web producer. I mean, I work on the web. And I'm like, I know how long it takes to put up a picture and a link. You know, I mean, it doesn't take that long, especially if you've got the assets already. If the marketing department or the art department or whoever it is already given you the assets, it doesn't take that long to put it up on the website. And if you can get those assets to a company like Elevate Styles, then why can't you get it up on your own site? So that just kind of trips me out. But yeah. But anyway, just in general, my nails are awful. Look at my nails. I got to go get my nails done tomorrow. They are terrible. Look at that. They're like way overdue. But I am going tomorrow at 1 o'clock to get my nails done finally, so we can be ready to go away next week. But anyway, yeah, I just, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I'm tired of the wig companies being squeezed out. It seems like the others are being squeezed out by Outre. I don't know. Can y'all hear my Brian McKnight? Is it too loud? Anyway. So what I've been trying to do, if you guys saw my video tonight, I put up the model Adrena wig. And I mean, she wasn't all that, but hey, she was new. And, I really did not want to, I don't want to be giving Outre all this play. And I have to say, I mean, Outre sends me wigs. So I'm not being a hater because they do send me wigs. I'm in that group where they send wigs to people. But what I'm thinking about is you guys. I'm thinking there should be other companies that are just as aggressive at putting out some good product as Outre has been. And I'm disappointed because that's what I want to see. I mean, Bobbi Boss is kind of stepping up. I mean, like I'm wearing Natalia now. And Natalia, I mean, you can't clock me in this wig. I'm loving Natalia. She is so fabulous. I went and dropped off some food for some friends today and had this wig on. But I'm thinking, where is Model's game? Where is Free Dress Equals game? I mean, I'm really looking for them to step up their game because I really feel like they could do a lot of damage if they would just step up their game. You remember how Valentino went down, and that was what, 2018? Yeah, I love this wig. But I mean, in 2018, when Valentino came out, I mean, everybody was on it. I mean, there are people today that are still loving that wig. And I'm thinking, if it was me and I had been Outre, I mean, Free Dress Equal, which is really Shake and Go. You guys know that. Anyway, if I was Shake and Go, I would have jumped on that like white on rice. I would have said, oh, they like Valentino. So let's get together and start thinking of some other wigs that we can make that have a really cool color pattern and that are really cool style. Yeah, Marjorie says, I was just going to say model, the texture on those wigs were great. Slight yucky before. Oh, yes, they were. They were light yucky before light yucky was a thing. You're absolutely right. Because I used to, before I started my channel, I was watching Brittany, Hearts and Cake 90 a lot. And she always had either a Free Dress Equal or a model wig, and they were yucky. And I was like, wow, okay. So, the wigs aren't like they were when my sister used to sell wigs, back in the 60s, and they were all silky and all that kind of stuff, But yeah, I just really wish that I could see more than the tired stuff that I'm seeing, because I'm seeing a lot of tired stuff. And I'm just tired of it. And as you may have noticed, I'm actually reaching out to the human hair companies now. I'm starting to review some human hair wigs. Because the synthetic wigs are just not doing it for me anymore. And I really want to provide more variety for you guys on my channel, Yeah, they're getting expensive. And I don't get it. I mean, this wig, I don't know. I don't really see human hair blend or whatever else they're calling it to justify $69 for a wig. And Maximina, and I have to admit, Maximina was a beautiful wig. Maximina was everything that the perfect hairline is, plus it was human hair blend and 360. Not that everybody puts their hair up like that, but I really was like, $69? I mean, come on now. And they know we're going to buy them. And I guess that's the problem. Maybe what we need to do is start, maybe we need to start boycotting some of these companies. Yeah, Blackberry Rose says, because they are so expensive, you better off not buying human hair. That's true. That is true. The human hair wig that I reviewed last 2 weeks ago, I think I had a 4x4 or 5x5. That wig was, what was it? I forgot how much it cost, but it was like, I think it was under $200. If it was under $200, and even if it wasn't, there are wigs that I have purchased from places like Wow Ebony and OMG Your Hair that were under $100, which is why I've been waiting for a lot more human hair 4x4 and 5x5s. Yeah, yep. So the last one, the one that I did for Y Wigs was a 5x5, that curly one that I dyed ginger. I love that wig. I'm not selling that wig. I love that wig so much. They sent me that wig. I was so happy because I absolutely loved it. Hey, how you doing, Kim? You've been considering a human hair wig. It may be a better investment since I wear my synthetic wigs and throw them away. Yeah, hey, that's right. It's true. It is true. If you're going to get rid of that synthetic wig, you might as well buy human hair. And granted, human hair wig doesn't last forever, but it lasts a long time. And you're not going to get the ratty ends that you get on some yucky synthetic wigs. You always get those ratty ends after a while. And I think it was, what was that wig that Utre put out a wig not long ago that, had ratty ends, and I didn't like it. I'm trying to think what the wig was. Arlissa, that's what it was. It was Arlissa. I really loved that Utre Arlissa wig, but after I had it on all day one day. I was singing in it and everything else. And I just noticed that as I combed it, the ends started getting really ratty. And I was like, wait a minute. This isn't a cheap wig. And for it to get ratty like it was getting, I was like, nah, that's not working for me. Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily happen with human hair, at least not the human hair that I've had. The only time that happens with human hair is if you like dye it a lot. If you dye human hair a lot, then the ends are going to get ratty. But that's really the only, that's the only thing that I see that happens with human hair, is that it gets ratty when you dye it too much. Matter of fact, I've got a wig that I bought recently that I was kind of experimenting with, and I'm actually going to sell it because it's a wig that's about the length of this one. It's a human hair wig, and I dyed it, and it didn't turn out the color I wanted it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to sell this really cheap and let somebody re-dye it or whatever they want to do with it, because it's a nice wig. It's a bob. I think it's about 14 inches, straight bob, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it, so I'm getting rid of it. But I bought it on Amazon, and that was my first Amazon wig, by the way, because I don't normally do that. But I see Queen of Mindset and Is That Your Hair? And a lot of those, like Gladys and them, will buy and sell wigs from Amazon. And that was my first one. But I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad wig. I mean, it's a really nice texture too. And it's a nice thickness. And it was only like $80. So see, and that's what these synthetic wigs are about to become, $80. It's something to think about. I like this Friday Midnight song. Anyway, so I want you guys to tell me, what do you think is the solution to this? Because I don't know if I told you guys, but you guys probably saw it in our me and Brittany and Weezy got together and did a wig wish list, and we made videos of all the things that we wanted and wanted the manufacturers specifically to do. And we started thinking about it, and we're like, you know what? We put this out, but who really needs to hear this are the wig companies. And so I said, okay, I'm going to take our links and I'm going to go online. I'm going to contact every wig manufacturer that I can think of, and I'm going to send our videos to them. Kim says, I'm glad I found your channel because as a woman of a certain age, I do not like the baby hair look from me. Yeah, I don't like baby hairs either. See, I don't do baby hairs. I mean, I do them sometimes if I feel like I gotta hide something on the wig, but I'd rather not do baby hair at all if I don't have to. So anyway, yeah, so we ended up sending our videos to, I think I sent them to Model, to Shake and Go, to Outre, to Bobbi Boss, to Vanessa Hair. I think I sent them to Vivica Fox, Main Concept, Motown Tress, everybody I could think of. I sent our videos to, and I'm like, this is what we want. This is what we need you guys to do. So I'm hoping that what they'll do is pay attention to what we said. The only company that responded when I sent out all those videos was Outre. And they said, oh, what a great idea. We'll take a look. Haven't heard anything from them since then. Marjorie says, I haven't been a baby hair for a long while. So, oh yeah, right. You haven't been a baby for a long while. So it's a no for you. You know, I don't really like them. Yeah, we just felt like sending the videos to the companies would at least let them know. And because of the fact that we all have different levels, like, I mean, Brittany's up here in terms of how many subscribers she has, and then there's Weezy, and then there's me. So the things that we asked for, even though I don't have a lot of subs, Weezy has more than me and Brittany has more than both of us. We felt like it was a good idea to put those videos together and send them out so that they could see, you know, because I'm, of course, talking for the mature woman. I'm talking the things I want. Like, I think gray should be a standard for all wigs. Like I said in my video, don't understand why we're always seeing 613s, which nobody wears that I'm aware of, but yet we can't get a gray as a standard. What I'm wearing now is Bobbi Boss Natalia. And she's in the color, I think it's in the video. I think I put it in the video description, but this is TT1B Honey. Yes, TT1B Honey. This is my favorite Bobbi Boss wig, and I love this color. This is my favorite color. So yes, it sounds like a plan on the video, because if they don't hear from you guys, they won't know what we want. Yeah. And you know, so we thought it was a good idea. So, you know, we'll see what they say, but like I said, I only heard from Outre, and Outre said they'd think about it. They'd look at it, they said. Talk about how expensive these wigs have gotten. Yes, they have. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sloan Syrup. I wish I was in Florida. It'd be warmer than it is here. Although it's not bad here. It's probably in the maybe low 70s. Yeah, we just felt like, thank you so much, Slow Syrup. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I turned 64 this year. So I'm like, okay, she's plugging along there. But yeah, so we're hoping that we hear from somebody, because it doesn't make sense that the things that we're seeing, I mean, because we're working with the wigs every day, and you guys are wearing them every day. So you guys know too. So it would help too if you guys would tell us what you want, because a lot of times you guys will respond on our channels about what you like. Yeah, I'm 64. But I want you guys to tell us what it is that you want. Thanks, Marjorie. No, look, I got to lose weight. Look at this. I got a belly coming. And the only reason I say that is because it used to be really, really flat, but now it's not as flat as it used to be. But I don't work out as much as I used to. So I guess I want you guys. Yeah, Adrena in that cocoa is really pretty, Russell's daughter. It's really pretty. But I want you guys to tell us, when you make comments on our videos, tell us what you want. Tell us what you would want, because then we can possibly tell them. I mean, it's not that, you know, we're the only ones that have access to people like that. You guys could easily go to outre.com and go down to the bottom and find their contact us information and tell them what you want. Matter of fact, it might be better for you guys to tell them for us, because they may not listen to us as much as I'm sorry, Charity Morgan is hitting me up. Yeah, so they might listen to you guys because you're really the purchasers. I mean, we purchase too, but you guys are really the end users for all their products. So you would think that they might listen to you guys, maybe even more than they listen to us. Oh, for all of you that are new, I mean, I just got here. I'm drinking Elijah Craig and Coca-Cola. And I think Elijah Craig is I mean, I know it's liquor. I think it's bourbon. Okay, more wigs and Talia's length for working women. Yes. And that was another thing I asked for on my wish list. I want wigs that are like right here because I'm going back to work in April. And number one, I want something that's not going to be too long. And number two, I don't want to be clocked. And right now, this is probably the only wig that I have that I wouldn't be clocked if I went outside. I don't have too many wigs that I could wear that actually don't show the lace at all. This is really the only one that I have that doesn't show the lace at all. If consumers flood their social media to get their attention, they would be effective. Yes, you're absolutely right, Ken Rowe. That's exactly right. You guys, I think, would even be more powerful than us doing something like that. So yeah. Yeah, I like the length of this one. It's not too long. Yeah, it's not too long. It's nice. And I mean, I sprayed some even on the side and at the top, so I could keep it down because at the top I really didn't need it because it has an adjustable, elastic band in it. But on the side, I needed to glue it because I wanted to put it behind my ear. So anyway, I mean, that was basically, why I got on here tonight. I'm tired of these tired wigs because I look on the websites like all the time. I usually go to Outre first and see if they put anything out. Then I go to Bobbi Boss and see if they put anything out. And then I go to, hey, Robbie. Right, but I'm paying no $69 or $70. Thank you. I agree. I was really upset about that Maximina wig. And that's why when I did my review, that's the first thing I said. Is it worth $69? I don't think so. Because I mean, my goodness, it was, if the 360 is what they were trying to make us pay for, how many people do that? Not too many people do a 360 with their wigs. I mean, I can see the half up, half down, but not too many do a whole 360 with their wig, number one. And human hair blend is also not a reason to charge me $70. Because people have been doing human hair blends for years. There's a company called The Wig. And if you go to my channel, I have done a couple of reviews of their wigs. It's just called The Wig. And they make human hair blend wigs. And I think the one that I got from them was like $27. So it's not human hair blend that they're making us pay for because it doesn't cost that much money to do human hair blend. And the 360, like I said, who cares? I mean, I really want a good quality wig that's, that I can wear, that I ain't gonna get clocked. They really need to be just working on the lace and the texture of the hair and the style. I think that's really the three big things for me. Is the lace needs to be unclockable at $70. It better not be clockable. Also, it should be a good quality. The hair should be good quality. And it doesn't have to be 360 if you spend more time on the lace, to me. And the color, I really like a nice color blend. And they've already proven that they could do a good color blends. So, yeah, I mean, I don't need 360. And don't try to sell me human hair blend when I know that it's not expensive to do human hair blend. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just me, you guys. That's just me. But I just want more variety, too. I think that's one of the other things that I asked for in my wig wish list is I just want things to look better. And I mean, I want you to like wow me when you put out a wig. Yeah, the hair shouldn't be shiny and wiggy. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kim. You don't want a wiggy wig. I can't stand that. And of course, people are always putting dry shampoo on their wigs to kind of keep them from looking too shiny. But even that is not like, a best solution. I think the best solution is to give us a good light yaki wig. Now, see, I'm not really a big like Nisha fan. When Nisha came out, I'm trying to think. When Nisha came out, the first Nisha that I did was 204. And I did that with Weezy Wig Reviews because she wanted to collab. So I said, no, well, actually, I wanted to collab. I said, Weezy, let's collab since you got that wig and I got that wig. So that was my first collaboration with Weezy. And that wig, to me, was too thick. It was just too thick for me because the Nisha wigs in general, to me, were just too thick. But The light yaki wigs I love. And I think they came out with the first Julianne. The first Julianne was not as yacky as the regular niches. So, they were different. But yeah, the thicker ones I couldn't deal with. Most of them are starting to all look alike just with different names. That's true. It's true. Most of them are starting to look alike with different names. So that's why I've been trying to reach into some of these other companies and see what they got. That's why I went to Motown Tress and did that camo green wig. I loved the texture of that wig called Fox. That wig, matter of fact, I bought another one in a different color because I love that wig so much. And that wig came out last year. That Fox wig that I reviewed that had the green in it. That wig came out last year, but nobody reviewed it. Nobody, because usually when I go and find a wig like that from a company that I don't normally review, I'll check out the videos on the internet to see if anybody else has reviewed them. Only 2 people reviewed that wig last year. And so I thought, well, I'm going to bring it back because I think it's beautiful. And the density was great. I really love the density. Oh, I know what I want to talk to you guys about. Have you noticed that companies are daddy here, baby girl, don't worry. So, I know what I was going to say. Here, let me get rid of this fool for a minute. Let me get rid of this fool. Anyway, what was I going to say to you guys? What I've noticed is that there's a lot of synthetic companies that are starting to make human hair. They're starting to make human hair. And because of that, to me, it's like they're just, they're spending time in an area that I don't think is really theirs. Yeah, right. That's what I was doing. I was trying to get rid of this idiot. Yeah, I'm sick of him right now. Anyway, what I was going to say is I've noticed that a lot of synthetic companies are starting to do human hair. And the human hair wigs that they're doing, to me, aren't the same quality as a human hair wig that you might buy from a real human hair wig company. And I mean, I don't mind them trying to do it. Matter of fact, I tried a couple of them. Roxanne is similar to Natalia. Oh, is she? Oh, okay. I did not know that, Stacy, so I have to check that out. But I think what really bugs me about the human hair, the synthetic companies making the human hair wigs, is that they don't mention the density of the wig. That's where I was going with this. We were talking about density from that other wig. They don't mention the density in these human hair wigs that they're selling on places like Elevate Styles and Wig Types and stuff. They'll tell you, they'll say it's like 10A hair or 12A hair or 9A hair, but they will not tell you the density of the wig. And I've tried twice to get a human hair wig from a company like that. I think the first one I got was Utrecht. I actually had them send that to me because we were talking and they said that they were going to start pushing human hair. And I thought, okay, well, send me one. Well, they sent me their lowest level one. Yes, density is important, especially for human hair. And they sent me their, now Utrecht has like 4 levels of human hair. They start with something called purple tresses. Then they go to gold, then they go to black, then they go to platinum. Most of the wigs that they're pushing have been on the lower level, the gold and the purple. They have put out a couple of black label ones, and the black label ones are supposed to be better, but I have not tried any of them. I think their latest, one of their latest bobs is a black label, and I think they're charging like $98 for it at Wig Types. I was tempted to get it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to wait and see what they say because I don't want a really thin wig. That's exactly right, Blackberry. I don't want a thin wig. And that's why I'm saying they don't tell you the density. And since they don't tell you the density, then, what's the point? Because I really don't want to buy a wig unless I know what the thickness is. Roxanne is a daily wig similar to Natalia, but more economical. Okay. Yeah, I have not. Matter of fact, it's funny that you brought up the daily wig because I got one daily wig I think, ever. And I got a really, really curly one. And I wasn't crazy about it because I think it was just the wrong color for me. But the daily wig doesn't have any lace in the front. It just has lace parts. So there's nothing to pluck on a daily wig, at least not that I've seen. The human hair daily wigs are probably different, but the synthetic daily wigs, I believe, are just parts, lace parts. I don't think they're, matter of fact, I've not seen any with a lace front. But yeah, I'll have to check out Roxanne anyway, just to see how I feel about her. Not another one. Yeah, these people love to get on here and do these things. They love to get on here and do these things. Thanks, Russell's daughter. I appreciate you. So, I mean, have you guys ever purchased anything human on a site like Wig Types or Elevate Styles? And have you had a good experience with it? Because both the times I did it, oh, I know what it was. I bought one of those Bobbi Boss wigs that they put out where they have it's straight, it's supposed to be straight on one side and curly on the other. You know, those that they're putting out. The human hair can be tricky to style if it doesn't have the right density. That's true. So anyway, Bobbi Boss is putting out these wigs, and I think Utre is doing it too, where you can make it curly or you can have it straight or something like that. I don't know. So I bought one of those from Bobbi Boss once. I actually bought it because somebody was having a really big sale, and so I bought it just to try it. I reviewed that wig and it was horrible. Gabrielle, that's what her name was. Gabrielle was not the one. She just, I don't know, she was uneven, she was thin. As a curly wig, she wasn't so thin, but the straight just wasn't working at all. There's no way you can make it look good straight. So I don't know. I just don't think that they should be dabbling in a business that they're not expert in. I'm thinking if you do synthetic wigs really well, stick with that. If you do human hair well, then you stick with that. But I don't think that you should try to dabble into something that you're really not good at unless you really perfect it. I would rather they really perfect it before they bring it out and put their name on it, because it just makes them look bad when we get these wigs and we review them and we tell people the truth about them and we say, oh, this is a dog or whatever. I mean, that doesn't help them. They're certainly not going to sell anything if they do that. So I really think they should really think more about it before they do that. I bought a curly bob and Bobbi Boss purple label. The curls are pretty, but it's thin. Yeah, purple label is going to be real thin. Love the hair. What are you wearing? This is Natalia, Natalie. This is Bobbi Boss Natalia that I'm wearing. This is color TT1B Honey. Yeah. And she's out there somewhere. She's on all the websites, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, so when I started getting a couple of human hair wigs, I got one coming. It's 200% density, I think, the one that's coming. And the one that I did for Y Wigs last week was, I think that was 180, and it was 16 inches. Marjorie says, I bought a human hair from Sensational Empire line. It did not look like the picture in person, but decent density. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually just put a Zuri Sis human hair wig up on my Big Cartel. And I bought that wig, but I never wore it. It's a bob. It's a short bob with bangs. And it's a nice density. It's a nice wig. It just wasn't working for me. I'm finding that some dark wigs look fine on me, but this is like a 1. I think it's in a 1. Some dark wigs look fine on me, but other dark wigs just make me look crazy. So I tried it on. I didn't like it. So I put it up on my site. So if one of you are interested in a bob that's short, that's human hair, that's not expensive, you can go and check that one out. Because I think I'm selling it for like $40 or something like that. And free shipping. So yeah, so like I said, I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about how I'm feeling about these wigs that are coming out, because it's almost like I'm running out of things to review. You know, it's like I want to review some really nice stuff. I don't want to just come on YouTube and show you something boring. Oh, I'm sorry, Stacey, you have to go. Nice seeing you too. You have a good evening. Yeah, right. Exactly, Robbie. Not thin and track shine. Because when the tracks are showing, it's like, I thought I was buying a Love Me wig online and was misled. It was, oh no, oh no. Yeah, you have to be really careful. And you know where you should not ever buy a wig is through Instagram. if you see one of those shop nows on Instagram, unless you know the company like Juvia's Place or something like that, I would not buy anything because I got burned once. It was no, it wasn't Facebook. It was Instagram. I got burned by a human hair company once because I saw something I thought was really pretty. Dumb me before I really realized that they steal people's pictures and all that kind of thing. I bought that wig, but it was like $20. They were saying, "Oh, you can get a wig for $20," and I'm thinking, "Oh, well, I should have known $20." So I thought, okay, I'm out $20. But I mean, I didn't care. But then if you think about it, if everybody says I don't care and they lose $20, these people are making a killing. So it's really best rather to just not buy anything on Instagram that you don't know. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to buy anything that you don't know. And again, the density is all important for me. I tell you a website that I go to that they have really good density, and that's Best Lace Wigs. I've reviewed a couple of wigs from Best Lace Wigs a couple of years ago before my channel started growing. Yeah, right. That's what happens. But I bought a bob from Best Lace Wigs, and I think the bob was $60 when I bought it. I really wish I hadn't sold that wig. It was beautiful, thick density. But they have that same wig on their site now for $140, which a couple of years ago it was $60. Now it's $140, but it's still a good price, and they have good quality material. I really like Best Lace Wigs. If I'm going to buy something, I'm going to go there. Or I think my favorite place to get a human hair wig is RPG Show. And they're expensive, but the quality is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, $20 worldwide does add up. It does. If everybody says, "Oh, well, it was just $20," then they're laughing all the way to the bank because they've got like 120 people saying it's only $20 and they're making money off of nothing, stuff they're just throwing out there. So yeah, I think it's just best not to even buy anything, on Instagram. Again, from a company you don't know, because it just doesn't make any sense. But yeah. So yeah. So anyway. It is their qualities they want. Yeah, I love RPG Show. I have one wig. Actually, I got two wigs from them. One that I bought and one they sent me. And I gifted my girlfriend with the second one. So she was happy. But I just bought it's supposed to be pronounced Chris wig, but it says XRS. I just bought a Chris Beauty wig. I think it's called Chris Beauty, not XRS Beauty. But anyway, they were having a 50% off sale. And that's the only reason I got it. Because at 50%, at least I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. I don't know, that sale might still be going on. But I wanted to try it because that clear lace is supposed to be a big deal. And everybody says that it's wonderful. And I just want to see it. So we'll see what that looks like. But the only other company that I've ever purchased from is Wow Ebony. I like Wow Ebony. I got one wig from OMG Her Hair years ago, and I wasn't really crazy about it because at the time I did not know how to choose a human hair wig. So I just picked all the wrong options, and so it didn't turn out. Yeah, Blackberry Rose, they have the clear lace. Mm-hmm. And I really want something that I can wear to work and not be clocked. Like I said, this is really the only wig I got that I can wear that I'm not going to be clocked in. Yeah, Chris wigs are incredible. Professor Truth says the hair and craftsmanship is impeccable. Yeah, I've not had it yet, but when it comes, I'll see, and I'll review it when I get it, because I just wanted to see what it would look like on me, because most of the people that I've seen that reviewed it are not as light as I am. How much is reasonable play for a human hair wig like what you are wearing? 200, 300. I see them up to 500. Now this wig is synthetic. You know that this wig is synthetic, but a human hair wig like this, if it was really good quality and the lace was good, it could run anywhere between $4 and I'd say $4 to $5. It just depends on the company too, because you could probably go to like Y Wigs and get a wig like this for $2 or $3. Sometimes you can get wigs under $2, but either they're on sale. If they're on sale and they're under $2, that's fine. Like my wig that I got from RPG Show was $298. And it was in the clearance section, but it was a beautiful wig and it was worth a lot more than $298. But I got it because, and I bought that wig a couple years ago, and I thought it was worth it because their wigs are usually $400. But now they're selling some wigs on their site for like 169. They have some headband wigs for 169, and they have a couple of regular wigs for 299. I think they're selling some for 299 at RPG Show, which is a good deal because again, their wigs are like $400 and up. I don't think I would ever pay $500 for a wig, ever. Matter of fact, I'm almost positive I would never pay $500 for a wig because I'm the kind of person who likes to shop around. So I'm going to look and look and look and look at all these different sites until I see what the quality of a wig is. And sometimes these sites are the same. Like somebody told me that you Nice Hair was the same as Natalia Hair, which I didn't know, but somebody told me that they were the same company. So sometimes you'll go on there and you'll see the same wig on another company's site. And it might be because they're the same company. They're just under a different name. Yeah, I woun't pay $500 for one. Now, I have to tell you that I know that there are some women who are actually making them themselves, like are in business for themselves on Wig Slayers. Wig Slayers has a website where they have women who are actually sewing the wigs at home themselves and selling them. Now, their prices might be higher because they have a higher overhead or whatever, or they feel like because of all the quality, all the materials they put in and the blood, sweat, and tears that they're going to charge you more. But I've not bought any wigs from anyone from Wig Slayers, but Epic Shay runs that site, and she could tell you which ones are good and which ones aren't. But she has a lot of them. I don't know whether she checks them out as far as quality goes, but she does check them out in terms of whether they're scamming people or not. So I would go to Wig Slayers and see, what they've got there. But the companies that I like to go to are RPG Show, Wow Ebony. I like Y Wigs, Best Lace Wigs. And I've heard that places like Curls, and My Quality Hair are nice, but I found them to be pricey, as well as My First Wig. I thought My First Wig was kind of pricey. But I think because I have had an RPG Show wig, I think that's why I really like them, because I already know what their quality is. Like Best Lace Wigs, I already know what their quality is. I know what Wow Ebony's quality is. So, hey, V, how you doing? We're just talking about wigs that we love to hate. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about how tired we are of these synthetic wigs that are looking the same no matter what. And Renita, I am drinking Elijah Craig and Coke. Yeah, you know what, Professor Truth, I was just about to say that. But for some reason, my first wig seems to be more expensive to me. And even though I know they're the same, and I know that my first wig has a something called an affordable line now, and I didn't see anything there that I liked. But yeah, I know that they're the same company. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like they're more expensive. I don't know. Yeah. So, are you gonna join in? You gonna join in, V? What you drinking? Hey, Wheezy. Wheezy, I've been on here for 45 minutes. Where you been? I've been here but couldn't comment. Oh, okay. Oh, you was driving. Okay. Okay, Weezy, we talking about how tired of these wigs we are. Are you drinking wine, Bernita? Okay. Yeah, wine works. But yeah, we just talking about how tired we are of these boring wigs that are coming out. I'm at my wit's end trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to review next? I'm just, yeah, because you did say that. Matter of fact, you said that on one of your reels, I think, or your TikTok or something. Just getting sick of them. They're just like, nobody's wowing me. Nobody's wowing me, and I really want to be wowed, because I don't really feel like it's worth my time to go on YouTube and do a review of a wig that like stinks. I'm trying not to review any stinky wigs. Professor Truth said, does Friday Night Hair still make wigs? Their wigs were so outdated after a while that I stopped buying them. I'm glad you brought up Friday Night Hair, Professor Truth, because I was over there the other day and some of their wigs are on sale. They used to all be $49.99, Now they've got one that I saw for $19.99, and they've got a couple for $29.99. So they're lowering their prices on some of the wigs, and they do have a few new ones. But like you said, they're pretty much the same as they've always been. But I have to say that Friday Night Hair, I used to love those wigs. I didn't like the hard lace so much. But the positive thing about hard lace though is that it doesn't go anywhere. It's like it doesn't curl up or anything. It just kind of stays put. But they do have soft lace now. They have they have both soft lace and hard lace now. But their hard lace wigs, I think, look nicer than the soft lace wigs do. But I haven't bought anything over there in a long time. I thought about going over there and getting one of those $29.99 wigs. But, and the lace that I like about there is that their lace isn't clockable either. And that's always been the case for them. If you think about it, their lace has always been the bomb. I mean, it's never been anything that I had to put any tint on. I don't know about anybody else, but Friday Night Hair's lace has always been on point. Has anybody else tried the human hair wigs from companies like Outre and Sensational? Yeah, we were just talking about that, Bernita. We were talking about how thin they are. Now, Sensational, I don't know. I've had one Outre wig that was human, and they sent it to me, and it was very thin. It was from their lower level line, their purple line, and I didn't like it. But their black label and their platinum, I think their platinum is their top tier. Then they have black label, then gold, then I think purple. But I think the one I had was purple. It was either purple or gold. It was one of the two lower ones. But I don't know. I've not tried the black label or the platinum, so I don't know whether they're better. But I didn't like the one I got. Yeah, I didn't like the one that I had. Now, Sensational, I have not tried anything human from Sensational. Oh, they shed? Yeah, I didn't notice whether they shed. I just didn't like the wig at all. It was just it was thin. It was thin. I could feel the track. Oh, I know what it was. I washed it, and the tracks all started wrinkling up, so that when you put your hand on the wig, you could just feel all these bumps. That's what happened with that human hair wig I got from Outre. It just started wrinkling up. You were looking at my tresses. Now, I think my tresses comes in all levels. I think they have my tresses for purple, gold, black, and platinum. Yeah, it just curled right up, Professor Truth. It was crazy. And I told them when they sent it to me, I wrote them back after I washed it. I said, I'm not even going to review this. I said, I can't lie. I am not going on camera with this wig. I just not. I told them I wasn't. I think I threw it away. It was that bad. It was that bad. I think I just threw it away. But again, like I said, it was at lower level. I think it was gold. I think it was gold. Yeah. But I have not seen anybody review Black Label, and I haven't seen anybody review Platinum. So I don't know. But that new wig that they have out, that's a bob, is Black Label. And like I said, it's on Wig Types or somewhere for like $97 right now. And I'm hoping that Outre sends it out in their next shipment, because I don't want to buy it, but I want to try it. So we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, I just like we were saying earlier, if you do not make human hair normally, don't come out with it unless it's like the truth. Because there are too many human hair wig companies out here that have the truth. And you know, it's just like when you decide, it's just like a company that decides to start a new cell phone company. There are so many cell phone companies out here. Unless you come with something truly different, then why bother? So, you know. Oh yeah, you said it was gold label, but trash can ready. Yes, it was. It was definitely trash can ready. But yeah, I mean that's always been my thing. Do what you do well, and stick with that. Don't do anything else unless you can like really come out the gate and bringing it. If you can't come out the gate bringing it, then don't do it. And you know, I just don't think they should do that. So for Outre, to me, if they were going to bring out human hair, I would skip all them other lines and just do platinum. I said, okay, here's my top of the line human hair wig. It's the bomb. I'm not doing any of this other stuff, because all of y'all gonna do is trash it, pan it, talk bad about it. Just, you know, if you're gonna do it, just do one really good line. Don't do 50 million lines. and think that somebody's going to be interested in paying money for something that's not good quality, because there's too many human hair wigs out there. I mean, too many human hair wig companies. Yeah. Yes, the quality should definitely match the prices. And like I said, I know, and I'm going to say this, and I know Weezy's probably going to disagree with me, but I still don't feel like Maximina was worth $70. I think she's beautiful. I think she's got everything that Perfect Hairline has, and plus she has the 360 and the human hair blend, but $70. I mean, come on. You don't pay $70 for a Perfect Hairline. I mean, well, you're close, I guess. I guess you're close paying $70 for a Perfect Hairline. But then they're not plucking them like they used to either. You know, I've noticed this even in the melted hairline. I've noticed that they're not plucking them. I mean, I'm not the only person, of course. A lot of other reviewers have noticed that they're just not plucking they're not even plucking the melted like I mean, the melted isn't melting like it used to melt. It's not melting like it used to melt. I just got a Perfect Hairline because I'm going to be doing a review next month, an outre review of some different wigs. And I got the Perfect Hairline because it kind of rounded out this group of wigs that I'm going to be reviewing. And the wig just wasn't, I had to pluck it. And I think the last Perfect Hairline I had was Geneva, which was a couple of years ago. And I don't remember having to pluck her. But this one I got recently that was Perfect Hairline, I had to pluck it. And I was real disappointed because I'm thinking, isn't that the point of the Perfect Hairline? Besides the fact that it's 13x4, 13x6, isn't it the point that you're not supposed to pluck it or not have to pluck it anyway? Yeah, Professor Truth is true. You know, the hairlines are looking around again. They are. So I'm plucking everything now. It seems like as soon as I get it out the pack, I'm looking at it like, okay, I got to pluck it. Even this one could stand a little bit more plucking, really. To be honest, this one could stand to be plucked a little bit more. I think that's the reason for the baby hair. And see, that's the thing. I think that some people, and I'm going to include Weezy in this, I think some people really do a bang up job with the baby hair. Some people don't have to use the baby hair to cover things up. Some people can use the baby hair to really make a nice dramatic effect. And I think Weezy does an excellent job with baby hairs in that respect. She's not hiding anything, because if you've ever watched any of her videos, her lace is unclockable before she does the baby hairs. So Weezy ain't going outside with a clockable wig. So, I mean, I know her well enough to know that. She's not going outside with a clockable wig. So the baby hairs just enhance what she has. But there are some people who use the baby hairs to hide the lace. And I'm thinking, why isn't the lace right in the first place? If the lace isn't right in the first place, we shouldn't have to buy the wig. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the lace should be straight without you having to use baby hairs to hide things. I mean, like I said, some people do the baby hairs. I think Brittany did a review. Was it today or yesterday? Brittany, I think it was yesterday. Brittany did a review where she was talking about how Body by Kira does really nice baby hairs. See, some people just do them because they can make them look good. I think Dominique A makes her baby hairs look fabulous. And she makes sure her wig is not clockable before she does the baby hair. So I think that if you're doing it to hide the bad lace, then get rid of the wig. There are those who do more of a swoop into the hairline, which looks more realistic. Yep, that's true. That's true. I hate doing baby hairs because I'm not good at it. Professor Truth, right. But I am paying over $60 for a wig. I should not have to pluck it a lot, wear a bunch of baby hair. That's true. You're right, Professor Truth. You shouldn't have to do any of that stuff, especially for $70. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, girlfriend is 64. What would she be doing wearing baby hair? I mean, again, if I have to swoop it, I'm going to swoop it if I have to, because I'm doing a review and I don't have a choice because, okay, somebody sent me this wig or I got this wig and I got to review it. So I'm going to swoop it or something to get it done. But, in all reality, I don't want to do that because I don't really like them. And if I'm to use them, I want to use them to enhance the wig, not to hide the lace. Yeah. Weezy said, I definitely don't agree. Maximina is everything. I told you she wasn't going to agree with me. You have to remember she's a human hair blend, so she's going to cut. No, Weezy, no. Who's paying $70? Shame on you for not using a coupon. No, you're right, Professor Truth. Not everybody has Weezy skills. But Weezy, if you were here earlier, you may remember hearing me say that there have been companies who put out human hair blends years ago that didn't have to charge you that much money. Like I told you, I got a couple of views on my channel by this company called The Wig. Beautiful hair. It was a nice blonde bob, $27, and it was a human hair blend. So it's not the human hair blend that's costing this money. It's something else. I don't know what it is. Is it their overhead? Is it that they're paying more for lace? I don't know what it is. Is it because they're sending it from China? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's some shortages over in China or something. But whatever it is, they shouldn't be charging us $70 for that wig. It just isn't, you know. Yeah, Professor Truth, it could be. Now I have to admit one thing. With that Maximina wig, one thing that I did not mention in my review that I did notice is that the lace was kind of stretchable. It was something kind of material that I wasn't used to, especially the piece in the back. The piece in the back almost stretched. It was weird. It was like stretchable, and I didn't mention it in my review, but I did notice it. So I don't know whether the cost of that lace brought up the price. You know, I don't know. Marjorie says, I got to disagree with Weezy on this one. Other companies have done human hair blends. They were like, yes, that's true. They have. Oh, yeah. Bobbi Boss Galaxy is human hair blend. Yeah. So it's not the human hair blend. It's either that stretchy lace they put in the back. Like I said, it was very weird. I'd never seen lace like that before, but that they put in the back for the 360 part. Because I think that the lace that came around the back that was attached to the lace that came around the front. So it wasn't the same. It was like there was a piece here, and then there was a piece that was attached in the back. And that piece was really stretchy. And I'm thinking, well, maybe they had to pay more for that lace. Maybe that's why the wig was so expensive. Can you pick out the human hair? How can you tell with that? You know, Renita, I have been pondering that same question because no one really says on their channels, this is how you can tell if it's human hair blend. And there's got to be a way. And I agree with you. I don't know. I can't tell whether it is. I know how it feels. I like the way it feels. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's, it. I know how it feels. But that's not necessarily, I don't know. I would like to research it, actually. I think I'm going to research it because I don't know, how you can tell the different fibers. I just know how it feels. It feels like human hair, but that's really the only thing that I can say about it. Professor True says these wigs are so ridiculous now that we're about to go back to wearing wig straps. Okay. V, you probably have to wet it to find out. Well, that's interesting. You know what? You can light a match to it. Bobbi Boss wigs are already more expensive. If you purchase a more inexpensive Bobbi Boss wig, it's very, very hit or miss. That's true, Weezy. They are hit or miss. Bobbi Boss is all over the map when it comes to their wigs. It's true. I was surprised that Natalia was as nice as it was until I got it. I was skeptical. Because you just never know what you're going to get. It's like, what did Forrest Gump say? Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Bobbi Boss is like a box of chocolates. Would love to see the behind the scenes on how the synthetic wigs are made. I'm glad you brought that up, Sabrina, because I actually had proposed to a couple of influencers that we ought to take a trip to one of these places and do a vlog on it so that we can see. But then, who knows what they would allow us to see and how much access we would get to something like that. But that was an idea that I had that I shared with a couple of bloggers. And yeah, I think it would be a nice thing to go and check that out and be able to like vlog it and show you guys the behind the scenes. But I tell you what, I know that Dominique A went to was it China? I think Dominique A went to China or Thailand or somewhere several years ago. I don't know that she actually did a vlog on her trip over there, but I believe she went over there to see some human hair wig companies. I'll have to go back and look. But if you watch Dominique A, go through her videos because I believe she went to either Thailand or China to look at some companies. Professor Truth, we may be horrified, might find out if it's real. Hey, I do hear that some of the stuff comes off the floor too. Wheezy says human hair blends are supposed to be 30-70 or 40-60, but there's no way to really tell. It's probably 10 strands of human hair. I tell you what you do, Wheezy. We're going to take a human hair blend wig and we're going to cut a length about this long, just a thick piece of it, and then we're going to light a match. And the part that burns is human, and the part that turns to plastic will be synthetic. We ought to do that. We got to do a test. I mean, I don't know if we want to do a test like that on live television. I don't know if you want to do a test like that on YouTube, but I guess you could, if you're safe about it. But yeah, lighting a match to it is going to tell the difference between whether it's synthetic or human, because the human hair will burn and the synthetic hair will melt. So that's one way to do it. I mean, that's if you have a wig you want to throw away, or if you want to just cut a piece out, like, in the back or something, go in the back and just get a chunk like, get a chunk like that, go in the back and get a chunk like that, and then just burn it and see what happens. She said, let's do it at our house, at your house. Let's do it at your house. Well, Weezy, if you come here, we'll do it at my house, but you have to come. You have to come and visit before we do it. When you come, you and Brittany come to visit, I'll do it. My Brian McKnight CD is over. I was loving that CD. It was probably a little loud, but I was feeling Brian McKnight this evening. So I decided to put him on. Matter of fact, I went over to a friend's to drop off some food that I made. I made some jerk pasta for some neighbors of mine. And I was listening to Brian McKnight in the car, and I'm like, I'm going to bring the CD in the house so I can listen to it. And that's what I did. And it just went off, and I've been on for almost an hour. So that CD took an hour to run. I didn't realize it was that long because I turned it on when I first started. So anyway, guys, what time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock. Like I said, I just came on here just for the heck of it because I wanted to chat with y'all and talk to you about how tired I am of these wigs. I'm also tired of being in the house too. I want to go on a trip, and we are. Me and my husband are going on a trip next weekend. We're going away for about 4 days, just down the street. I mean, we're not going anywhere major. And we were going to go to Aruba, and then we thought about Puerto Rico, and then somebody said something about them getting some kind of new virus over there. So I'm like, my goodness. Can't go anywhere. But I mean, I've seen some of these, these richer vloggers going on these trips, but I'm kind of scared being my age, because even though I have my booster, I have both of my shots and my booster, but I'm still afraid that there's something out there that at my age I could get like caught. You was listening to Hall & Oates? Sarah Smile and all that stuff. Is that what you was listening to? Yeah, I haven't listened to Hall & Oates in a long time. Aren't they the one that did Sarah? I think they did Sarah Smile. I forgot what else they did, but I know they did. Oh, I know what they did. They said, I can't go for that. Didn't they do something called I Can't Go for That? Was that them? I think they did that song. Anyway, we used to listen to Hall & Oates. Yeah, White Soul. That's what it's Supreme. That's what they used to call the Average White Band. I used to love the Average White Band. My favorite person in the Average White Band was Hamish. I thought he was so cute. I had a girlfriend who was like totally in love with him back in the 80s. She was crazy about Hamish. And I think he died. I think he passed away. I think the band is still together, but I think Hamish died. And that was a jam back in the day. Yeah. We used to love, we used to listen to Wild Cherry. That was another white band that played black music. It was Wild Cherry. It was Casey and the Sunshine Band. But you know, the funny thing about KC, he was laughing all the way to the bank because after his group, he started producing a bunch of other people and he started making serious money. So I ain't mad at KC because he kept it going. I think he was producing a lot of black acts. I believe so. But anyway, like I said, I ain't talking about nothing. I just wanted to get together with you guys because I wanted to talk about these these boring, tired wigs that are coming out. And like I told you guys before, I have not been doing anything this month in terms of reviews. Everything that you're seeing that's coming out is stuff that I've already pre-recorded. Like I pre-recorded the Adrena wig that I did tonight. I pre-recorded another one that's going to come up next Friday. And I also pre-recorded one that's coming out on the 1st of March. So I'm trying to like not do anything the rest of this month, but just chill out. And yeah. And I even put myself on a limit in terms of how much social media that I'm paying attention to. So from 8 to 5 every day, I put my screen time on. And so I don't even talk to Weezy and Brittany much during the week anymore because I'm trying hard to not do that because I spend way too much time on YouTube and Instagram and checking out the TikTok and all that stuff. You know, it's exhausting keeping up with some of that stuff. And it's exhausting keeping up with it in terms of doing it. I don't know how Weezy does it. I'm tired of buying a wig that doesn't look like it does online. I have to delete IG during the week. Yeah, you do. You do, Sabrina, because it's like it's, you know, it's a time stealer. Yeah, it's a time killer. That's true. And you know, it's funny that you say it can alter your mood because I think I had read somewhere where some psychologist or something said that you start comparing yourself to the people that you see and their lives seem so much better than yours and all this kind of junk, and you start getting depressed over it. Oh, you been in the bed all week, Weezy? I thought you went back to work. Didn't you go back to work after your hand? I thought you went back to work. Girl, they're making us go back in April, and they're sticking to it this time. But we're only going to work 3 days a week. We're going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think they're going to let us have Thursday and Friday at home, which is fine because I really don't want to go in. I mean, I want to get out of the house, but I don't want to go into the office every single day. 4 to 5 hours later. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you know what? When I go on, the thing about it is when I go on Instagram, first I go on there to put my own stuff on there. Then I go on there to check out what everybody else is doing. You know, I check out Weezy because I want to support everybody. So I see what Weezy's doing. I see what Brittany's doing. I see what Dominique. I see what Dominique is doing. I see what Sheba's doing. I be checking people out and trying to support people. You're working every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 13 hours. You're working 13 hours, Weezy? That's a lot. But I mean, you're a nurse. That's what nurses do. You guys are always on call. I am a writer. So what I'm doing is not like a life or death situation. Yours is more life or death. What I'm doing is not life or death. You know, I mean, I'm writing processes so that people don't get ripped off, but that's about it. I'm trying to write processes for companies so that people don't get ripped off. You know, that they have a process to follow, but I mean, it's not life or death like yours is. But anyway. Okay. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to tell you. Yeah, that's what you've always done, and you're good at it, Weezy. You're good at it, and you busy too. You're the busiest woman. You like James Brown. You're the hardest working woman in show business. Well, Weezy be putting out these TikToks like every 5 minutes, and she putting out reels, and she putting out videos, and I don't see how you do that with all the work that you have to do for your regular job. I'm tired just watching you with all the stuff you're doing. If I do a reel, it's like planned ahead of time. I think today I did a really short recording of something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm older than you, so maybe that's part of my problem too. I'm tired. I put myself on a budget for synthetic wigs since January. Nothing over $40 or it's over. It better have a coupon. Girl, you know what I have noticed? And I'm going to put you guys onto this. And you probably already know this, but I'm going to put you guys onto this. I have noticed a pattern on Glamourtress. Glamourtress is following a pattern. This week, no, okay. 1 week, they're going to have the wigs on sale for 15% off. It's called Site-Wide 15. The very next week, they're going to have the wigs on sale for 20% off, and they call it Site-Wide 20. Then the very next week, which is this week right now, they have a 30% off, but now it's called PD 30. And I think it's because of President's Day. But they have been consistently going from 15 to 20 to 30 to 15 to 20 to 30 because I've been watching them. And every time they go to 30, I jump on there and get something I want. Because I'm like, even if the 30 only lasts a couple of days, I'm going to watch them every day. And when I see that 30, I'm jumping on it. Glamourtress. You got to go to glamourtress.com. Glamourtress.com is doing this 15, 20, 30 routine like every other week or whatever. Sabrina says, I ordered one time from them and had a bad experience. Oh, girl, I get stuff from them all the time now. I've heard that they had some problems before, but I get stuff from them all the time now. You're right, but I also noticed that the colors are far more limited by then. But yes, you're right. Yeah, but see, that's why you got to get on it fast. You got to get on it fast. Oh, yeah, Hair to Beauty does that too. Girl, I got a wig from Hair to Beauty that I was surprised was even there for $25. It was an Outre Perfect Hairline too for $25. I was like, ooh. No, it wasn't Hair to Beauty. It was Hair Crown. It was something called Hair Crown. That's what it was. That's where I went. Something called Hair Crown. They had this Outre Perfect Hairline for $25 and I jumped on it. But yeah, you have to watch these guys because Elevate Styles never has sales. But then they'll sneak and have one where at the very top, it'll say 20% off, but they're not going to flash it like Glamourtress will flash it or what's the other one? So Good BB will flash it so that you could see it big. Elevate Styles will put it in really little letters at the top that they have on a 20% off sale so that you may not even know if you don't pay attention. That's why I don't like them. They're so sneaky. Please do not buy without a coupon. Save some coins. So is So Good BB and Hair to Beauty frequent with the coupons. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I've been hanging on Glamourtress because I've noticed that every 3 or 4 days, they'll go from 15 to 20 to 30. And when they go to 30, I buy. I wait till they go to 30 and then I buy. Now, So Good BB, Professor Chu says, and watch some of these shipping fees. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Because I went there. Where was it that I went? Was it, I don't know if it was So Good BB or was it Glamourtress, but one of them, they had the 30% off, but then they turned around and want to charge me $9 for shipping. And I thought, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll either wait till I need 2 wigs and then they'll give me free shipping, or, I'll go back and compare the other prices at the other sites to see if it's worth it. Because sometimes, depending on how much the other sites are charging for the wig, I may still go back and get it from Glamourtress and pay that shipping because of the fact that the balance turns out to be cheaper than it would be if I got it from that other place. Yeah, the restocking of the colors. Yeah, Wig Types does that too. Wig Types is usually $4.99, but sometimes they'll turn around and charge you more shipping. They did that to me today because I was looking at some wig they had today. And I was going to get it. And then when I put in my zip code for the shipping, my area code, no, zip code. Yeah, put my zip code in for the shipping. They wanted to charge me $12. I said, $12? I'm like, no, I'm not buying it from you. You guys saw my video where I did this video of how to buy a wig online. I talk about all that stuff. I talk about all that stuff in that video because there's no sense in you paying a lot of money for a wig. My drink is almost gone. But anyway, so yeah, okay. So what else were we talking about? We were talking about trying to find a sale. Yeah, making sure we don't pay too much money. Weezy says we need to get coupons, which is true. So Good BB always does the THX. They either do THX 20 or they do THX 20 or THX 15. That's always the So Good BB coupon code. It's either going to be THX 15 or THX 20. Wheezy says Elevate Styles has changed their site and I don't like it. You have to get enough to get free shipping or shop or compare. It can get time consuming. That's true, girl, but I'm going to take the time to get me a deal because I'm not trying to pay a lot of money. I mean, unless somebody sends me the wig, I am buying what I review. I'm buying what I review. And if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to get the best price possible. I am. And sometimes I can pass that on and sometimes I can't. It just depends. Like when I sell my wigs after I review them, I try to be reasonable. I'll go back and look at how much they're charging for the wig at that time that I put it up on my site to see whether what I'm charging you is going to be worth it to you to get it for me as opposed to getting it online. And I try to balance it. I try to say, okay, well, if they're charging this much for the wig and they're charging shipping, then their price is going to turn out like this. But if I sell it and I don't charge shipping, then, you know, so I really try to figure it out. Professor Truth says, I like Sam's Beauty and wig types. Elevate Styles takes forever to ship for some reason. Yeah, Elevate Styles is slow. I would never pay full price. They mark them up to cover the coupon and hope you don't use it. Oh, girl, let me just tell you. I was telling them earlier that I had bought this XRS Beauty wig, this Crisp. I think it's called Crisp Beauty. I think Brittany said it's called Crisp Beauty, not XRS. But anyway, XRS or whatever they call themselves is having a 50% off sale. And I thought, okay, I have been wanting this clear lace wig forever, but I am not going to pay a crazy price for the wig. So I would watch it and watch it and watch it. And then when they said they were having a 50% off sale, I went back to their site and they had jacked the price up. And I'm like, daggone it, I knew it because I had been watching it for a long time and I knew how much those wigs cost. I knew how much they were charging. And then when they said they were having 50% off and I went back, they had jacked the price up to give you 50% off. I'm like, what is it with y'all? I mean, oh, it made me so mad. But I calculated the one that I wanted, the price that it was originally, and the 50% off the price they jacked up. And it turned out that I still got a deal because I still saved about 60 or 70 bucks on the wig, buying it with the 50% off than before. But you have to do a lot of calculating. Yep, they do that. But that made me so mad because some of the ones that they had that I knew were like $392, they jacked up to like $518. I'm thinking, come on now. Yeah, that marketing tactic is sad. It really is sad. But like I said, I only got the one that I wanted. I still saved money on the one that I got. So I was glad about that. But I'm telling you, Hair VV and Chris have the most realistic hairlines. The ends are full and the density is decent and worth the extra curl. Well, we're going to see, Professor Truth, when I get mine. I have not bought anything from Hair VV, but this XRS wig, I'm looking forward to seeing it. You owe me a Diet Coke. Why did she owe you a Diet Coke? Why show you a Diet Coke, Weezy? And I want y'all to know that the only reason there's lipstick on this cup is that after I put on my Stay Matte lipstick, I put on a gloss. And the gloss is what's on this cup, not this lipstick. I'm telling you that this Stay Matte lipstick does not come off. And I told y'all that. I'm telling you again. So, but I have to have a little bit of moisture sometimes. So I put gloss on. I put some e.l.f. gloss. Said the same thing. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Oh, well, y'all supposed to be doing the pinky thing when you do that. Oh, but you can't do that. Oh, God. You can't do the pinky thing. Is it drying? Well, you know what, Professor Truth? It really isn't because it's I'm just going to show you. It's like creamy. It's creamy. It's creamy. It dries after you put it on your lips. But it's not like drying to the point where it's like doesn't feel good. I put gloss on top of mine because I just like to, I'm doing this all the time. And I like to have my, I like to kind of move my lips around. But this stuff, I love it. And this costs $5.50 at the Walgreens because they were having a 2-for-1. No, was it a 2-for-1? I'm trying to think if it was a 2-for-1. Yeah, I think it was a buy one, get one free. Yeah, it was a buy one, get one free at the Walgreens. And so I bought like 6 of them at the time, but I think they were like $5 a piece or something like that. But I love these, and I got them in a lot of colors. You might have seen my video. I did a video. I love these. I like the colors of these. Really nice. Yeah, I like this color. This is a nice neutral color. This one's called it's number 700. It's called Be My Baby. And I like this because I paired it with a minted dark liner, and then I put the light inside. So I put the light inside the dark liner of the minted, and I really like that. Now, you know, the NYX lingerie, I have bought that before, and I have one in my cabinet back there where I keep all my cosmetics in that white cabinet. I have one of those NYX, and it was drying to me. The lingerie one specifically was drying to me. Neutral tone liquid lipstick. I'm experimenting with a lot of brands right now because I don't really know what I like. I know that once I saw these, I bought these mainly because they were on sale. And then when I tried them, I really, really loved them. And I was very shocked that the color didn't come off. Because I've had this lipstick on like since probably 11 o'clock. I've had this on since 11 o'clock this morning. And I've been eating and drinking and everything else. And it's still here. Even with the gloss on top of it, it's still here. And I haven't added anything on it. So going to go visit with hubby and get ready for work tomorrow. Got to get up at 3. Oh, you have a safe day tomorrow too. Love you, Weezy. Bye. See you later, Gator. Lord. Anyway, if you guys don't have anything else to talk about, I'm going to get off of here and go see what my husband's doing, because he's probably wondering why I'm still sitting here. But if you guys have any ideas about what you want to see in terms of wig reviews, let me know, because like I said, these wigs are starting to bore me that are coming out. And I really want to do something that you guys want to see. I don't want to do something that you don't want to see. After a while, crocodile. So yeah. Oh, what's sitting behind me? You probably can't see this, but there is a human hair wig sitting here. This is my RPG show wig. I just washed it. This is my RPG show wig. I got her in what you call these things? Flexi rods. She's gonna take 2 days to dry because I haven't I didn't really dry her real well, but I just put all these spongy rods in her head and I'm just waiting. I'm not going to need her until next weekend, so she'll be dry by then. All right, V, I see you later. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Oh no, the one that I just showed you on the mannequin head, no, she's human hair. She's an RPG show wig. Recreating a wing, buy a texture with curls and straighten it. Now, one thing that I learned from Weezy is that you can actually use hot rollers on these synthetic wigs. And I didn't realize that, but it actually works. Thank you for this live. Have a good night and weekend. Still looking good, 58, everyone. Bye. Okay, well, since everybody is flying the coop, then I guess I will just get off of here. So thank you guys for stopping in. I'm going to go and see my husband. Yeah, Weezy said that you can use hot rollers in a synthetic wig. She's got a video, so go and watch it. Go on her channel because she has a video on how to bring back your wig, and you can use hot rollers on your synthetic wig. Oh, the ones that she has actually suggestions in her Amazon storefront. She's got hot rollers in her Amazon storefront that she actually uses. Oh, and I like the Baby Bliss, to be honest. I think Baby Bliss hot rollers are really good. Can you? Okay. I bought Letitia and straightened her. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you later. I got to go. My husband is probably wondering what I'm doing. So I'll talk to you guys later. See you later. Bye.